Good day all. This is the Self-Preservation Society. I'm Basil, broadcasting truth and therapy. Here I am using the talking stick. And I've started this deliberately because I watched the clock ticking round at 3 minutes past 3. And for those of you that will jump down my neck, and whatever, we live in a world of duality. If you're going to be controlled by that number 33, and live in fear and compromise yourself to it, then congratulate yourself for being a good slave. But all of you incarnated souls on this earth can rise through the 33 vertebrae from your root chakra to your crown chakra and take your power back, instead of being in fear of it and giving your power away from your root chakra to your crown chakra to those that control you. Wake up, right? And if you're not mature enough to understand what I'm saying, get the fuck away from me. Because I'm angry today, really angry. And I've got no time for you fucking snowflakes and citizens and patriots and all you other fucking slaves. Got no time for it today. And if you'll bear with me, you'll understand why. I woke up this morning to an email from my mate Mark over in the States. And he said, this is, sent me a link. And I think it's the 6th line down in my description box. And I'll explain it to you because it seems to me that many people don't know how to do it. Underneath the video you're listening to now, there's either a plus sign or it says more, and you click on that and the description box opens up. Loads of information in there. Loads of information, but the 6th line down, it says this man must be listened to. And it's from the channel called Inspired on Odyssey, and it's called No Amnesty, Justice Must Be Served. Boy, did that resonate with me, and I shared it about, and whatever. And so I invite you to go and look at it as well. Listen to it. What absolute common sense the man speaks. First time I've ever heard of him, but what absolute common sense does he speak? And I resonate with it so much. So I listen to that. The next thing I see, or I want to bring up, is a video of a farmer driving past one of his fields, grass field, and he see a tent in there, and a bloke by it. Now, the video I see showed no evidence of a car. So, I have to accept that this bloke was a backpacker walking, this, that, and the other. And he'd just gone and parked or set up his tent in this farmer's field. This farmer just happened to have some muck spreading, tanker on the back. He was going muck spreading, this, that, and the other. So what did he do with that? He went in that field, opened the gates, went in that field, and sprayed that bastard, that poor man. And the question whoever posted the video asked is he right or is he wrong? Who's right and wrong here? This is a farmer who are quite in the news recently, and this really shows you how we fight each other, how we're at battle with each other. The bloke put a tent right next to the hedge, wasn't encroaching too much on the field, but he needed somewhere to sleep. And what did this farmer do? Went and sprayed shit all over him and his tent and his belongings. Now, don't come at me and justify that farmer's action. I've seen the Edda video that's been going around the internet for years, where a farmer went into his field because somebody had parked up in there in his car and whatever, and lifted the car up and pushed it outside his field. But these same farmers, these same farmers are now, they want us to stand with them, and they can't fucking stand with us. Let somebody rest upon their land. This, that, and the other. That is so indicative, ladies and gentlemen. So fucking indicative about we battle with each other and fight each other and want to get one over each other, and all the bread and circuses, instead of fighting those that enslave us. I've just had an hour or so's nap because I don't sleep well at night, and I woke up to this from Off Grid with Doug and Stacey. Listen.
Much had it with Bill Gates. This is Bill Gates inside of a car being heckled in the UK.
You murdering Bill Gates! Die for God! You have blood on your hands! You have blood on your hands! You You know who you are, you son of a murder! Arrest Bill Gates! 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 We know who you are, you son!
Video number 5.
That was Off Grid with Doug and Stacey. Posted 45 minutes ago on Facebook. Go and have a look at it yourself. Well, it'd be more than 45 minutes while you, when you get to hear it, see it, listen to this upload. But anyway, Off Grid with Doug and Stacey. Go and have a listen. And you can get some idea of about how many people were there. And of course the police, the policy officers were there protecting them. But if we were true to ourselves with integrity, if we understood and stood in accordance with universal law, and think about what I'm saying here in conjunction with that video by Inspired, justice must be served. There was enough people there that could have tipped that car over, irrespective of all the police officers there. Enough could have fought all them off, tipped that car over, dragged that bastard out, and took him to a common law court, tried him, and hung him. I've said to you before, I'll do that as long as a jury of peers have found him guilty in accordance with all traditions, etc., of a common law court. I will take on what you perceive as the karmic debt and hang the bastard. I don't want anybody else to do it. I'll do that for you. I will sacrifice my karmic life for you, for humanity, for mankind. Really, fuck humanity. I will sacrifice myself for mankind. What are you going to do for mankind? What, I ask, for pity's sake, are you going to do for mankind while everything else that enslaves us, compromises us, controls us, carries on? When are you going to say enough is enough? All you fucking loving lighters, all the Targetians are come to save us. Jesus will be back. Mithra never come back. Dionysus never come back. So why do you think Jesus will come back? They came, they saw, They spoke and they left. They armed you with knowledge and left it to you, all of them. And the ones that come before them, 16 or 17, according to Jordan Maxwell. They armed you with the knowledge. Every 2,160 years, somebody comes to arm us with the knowledge. Next century, when we go into Aquarius, in 135 years or so, actually go into Aquarius, somebody else will be back. I won't be here to see it, and neither will any of you. But somebody else will be born to go through the whole thing again. With the 12 disciples, pass, die. At 33 years, they will sacrifice their life for the rest of us here in order that we may wake up. They come to empower, enlighten, and enable us. It might have happened 2,025 years ago, but I am still aware and empowered by the teachings that we are told come from this man commonly known as Jesus. He was a black man. Not white, as they have you believe. Human beings are a plague upon this earth. They come from a black man, and they are a plague upon the earth. When you wake up to that, when you are no longer blinded by your own fucking light, and you realise you are the light, the way, you are the Lucifer and the light, Lucy, and the way, Fur. You are the light and the way, and you can do far greater things that have ever been done before you. Every 2,160 years, somebody comes along to empower, enlighten, and enable us here. That's about it. Don't get any better than that. No Targetians, Arcturians, Palladians, or this, that, and the other, hovering about outside in their ships. This, that, and the other. I've seen them ships. I've seen all that. There's loads I haven't told you about what I've seen. But I don't reach out for them to come and save us. I don't reach outside myself for anybody to come and save us. It's down to me to save myself, the same as it is for the rest of you. And it's down to us to save this third dimensional reality and beyond. That's why we're here. We're not here to be a battery for those dark, demonic, satanic, spiritual beings that control us, dominate us, keep us in fear and ignorance and apathy and compliance. Those people in London could have turned that fucking car over, go and watch it yourself, ripped him out of there, fought off them coppers, and had him away. That we can do it with all of them. You can't die for the life of you. What have you got to fear, apart from fear itself? But you love the comfort blanket of being human and all that it gives you, the television, the sport, the films, the pop stars and this, that and the other. And do not deny it. I don't care who you are. You'll go into your churches one day a week or maybe 2 or 3 days a week, and you'll go back home to your tellies and your idols, your sporting idols and your film idols and your pop idols and your fucking political idols and everything else. Do not deny it. I don't care who you are and how much you rafe and scream and about the injustices. If you allow it to continue, look at yourselves and see what you allow to continue. While Palestinians are being genocided, while Syria is being taken over by Israel. Look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. I've looked at myself and continue to do it for at least 20 years, if not longer. And I don't need anybody else outside of me to judge me, because I've judged myself. I've stood in front of a mirror, realised the real lies that I have been and lived. And I've stood and wept and cried and said no more. I have no shame in telling you that. That's how I have come to the awareness and the knowing that I have, because I've fought and continue to fight the demons that lurk inside of me, the shadows that have controlled me. Not no more. Not no more. I have the power to take on that karmic, so-called karmic debt, and I'm willing to do so, to sacrifice myself, my soul's journey, my very essence for mankind and beyond. I'm not fit and able enough to turn that car over. I'll stand with those that will, and I'll go through pain in doing so, physical pain, because that's my life. Physical pain. But I'm willing, more than willing, and able to take on the sins of the world. And we should all be willing to do that. Take on the sins of the world for the greater good and carry it round with us as a karmic debt, because it's the right thing to do, and we will be doing it for the right reasons. So much hatred and vitriol in this third dimensional reality. But of what use is it if it's not being put into action and bringing down those that would seek to control and enslave us? And they do, and they will continue. You wait till the 5G really kicks in. You wait till you start looking at the ingredients in food and start to research as to what those ingredients are and what they can do, and this, that, and the other. Wait till you wake up, because the world is not awake. It might be awakening. The world is not awake. If it was awake, this would not be happening. They showed you that in the Matrix trilogy. Just a few. In the end, it was just one who brought everything down. You can be the one. We must all bear that responsibility to be the one, and we must do it together. It's the only way we will ever win and make this world a place fit for the next 7 generations and beyond that would come here. If you cannot learn from history, then you will never be able to go forward. Never be able to go forward. I'm so angry, and it's sacred anger, and it's boiling away inside of me. When just today I've experienced what I've experienced, listening to that bloke on that Inspired channel, then seeing that farmer doing what he done to that poor camper, and then seeing those people full of very vocal, very vitriolic, but no actions to back up their words, because they're ultimately in fear, ultimately impotent. That's it, people. We feel we are impotent. Well, you will be for much longer. All you men, males out there, you will be impotent. You won't be able to get a fucking hard on. If you can't put a fuck into these bastards that are running this shit show, now, today, you will never be able to get hard on. Because they don't want you procreating. They want to be able to do all that, control it, and whatever, but you can't see it. Can't see it. Fearful that you're not going to have enough money to pay your rent or your mortgage, this, that, and the other. We can change all that, people. All we got to do is stand up against them and take control of their money and share it without any debt, this, that, and the other. Trillions and trillions and trillions of pounds we're in debt to. I posed a question the other week. Who are we in debt to? Uranus? No, we're in debt to people that live on this same earth as us. They are few, we are many. When are we going to stand up to them and bring them down? You can't die for the life of you. Get that out your fucking heads. You cannot die for the life of you. You're caught in a perpetual cycle of life. Well, you're not. You're caught in a perpetual cycle of living. As a living battery that those that control you feast upon. It makes them more powerful. I said in a recent upload about that Rothschild that died in that fire at his home. They sacrifice like that. It's not just kids and adrenochrome, this, that, and the other. They sacrifice their own in order that they could rise like a phoenix from the ashes, stronger. That's how they control us, because they're willing to sacrifice their own. Sounds like bullshit to most of you, doesn't it? It does, I know. But I know it to be true. If it were not so, I would not tell you. You see the title of this upload? When I stand as an equal to all that was, is and will be, I don't say, dear God. I don't even send a voice to Wakon Tonka Tonka Sheila, grandfather, the great mystery anymore. I know what the great mystery is. It's fucking me. I'm the great mystery. I've been learning that now for so many years. And it's you. You're the great mystery. That title of the upload, this upload that you're watching, when I stand outside or wherever and speak to the universe as an equal, that's how I start. To all that could hear, to all that would listen, to all that could see, to all that would watch. I speak as an equal, because I am equal to everything that was, is and will be. I've come to that awareness over so many years, and I tried to share it with you. But no, you'd rather listen to somebody that wants you to subscribe to their Patreon or this, that and the other, or join their special gang and this, that and the other, and you think you're all powerful because you're listening to a fucking imbecile who wants your money. See, half the world that thinks they're waking up are paying people. When all they got to do is pay attention. They tell me they're awake and they're paying people. Fuck off. Get a life. Understand what life is. Paying people. All you got to do is pay attention. That's all I've ever done. I am so humbly proud of myself. As I look back on my journey, never charged anybody for my abilities outside the five senses. My natural abilities, they're your natural abilities as well. You're in fear of them, I'm not. And I've never paid. Maybe once or twice. I've actually, only because the overwhelming feeling to do so, pay a medium for a reading, a personal reading, or pay somebody else. Yes, a man's worth his labour, but you're telling me that a medium that charges 30, 40, 50 pound an hour is worth more than a bricklayer, you know, or a plumber, or a carpenter, or a joiner, or worth more than somebody that could teach you how to grow your own food, how to sew and this and that. They're not, and neither are the fucking truthers. Stop following them fucking idiots. There's one, he even sells cups and this, that, and the other. It's not just t-shirts, books, DVDs. He sells fucking cups. God, Bennett. And you all think you're awake. You think he's awake because you're following him. Get a life. Learn what life is. You haven't got to keep living. All you've got to do is live. And you will live perpetually, or you will be living perpetually. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. I wonder how many people this upload is going to offend. Never mind anything else I've done on my Bitchute channel. Link in the description box below when you open it up to look at that Inspire channel and his upload. All my contact details are there. You can contact me. I'll talk to you. I've spoken to many. Either on the phone, give them my phone number, or on Skype. How many of your so-called idols do that? It's fucking hard work to talk to some of them, to get an answer out of any of them, a comment from them. They just want to suck you in, draw you in. You're kneeling at their altar now, questioning the altar of a king or a president or a prime minister. This, you know, you're kneeling at somebody else's altar. I fucking well ain't. I stand on my own altar in humility, in awareness, love and truth. I don't stand on anybody else's. That's for slaves to do, citizens, patriots, and people like that. Not me. On a different note, you've heard me in the past talking about my mate Terry. Those of you who've been here for a while. Phoned him up this morning to see if he wanted to go out for a coffee and that. He lives in the next town to me. Let me tell you a few things about Terry. As long as I've known him, what is it now? 35 years or so. He's been disabled. Osteoarthritis. He's had bits taken out of his bones, this, that, and the other. He uses crutches, this, that, and the other. Don't let him stop him, though. It doesn't stop him. He's in his 70s, and he goes and volunteers on archaeological digs, this, that, and the other. And other things like that. He makes... His wife's got a little stall in a cooperative business in Dover. And he makes traditional wooden toys with lead-free paint, this, that, and the other. And she sells them there. They do loads of stuff like that. And he's very, very clever with his hands, this, that, and the other. We might, as... disagree on so many things because he's so indoctrinated, you know, the system. You know, he's one of them, if that were true, they'd tell you. However, he's a very, very good friend. And he gives me, brings a bit of balance into my life. We often argue, and we do argue sometimes, and debate, this, that, and the other. But I love the bloke. He's really nice guy, and he'd do anything for anybody. And him and his wife live. They've got 2 of their children living with them. And because he's a family man, one of his children, a daughter, she's got her own issues, learning difficulties, this, that, and the other, and stuff like that. Lovely soul. She had a child 20 odd years back, and he's quite a handful, Joe. Quite a handful. But Terry really does hold on to some really good values, and he brought these kids into the world, and he look after them and whatever, and especially his grandson. He dotes and loves this grandson, Joe, who can't speak, can't do a thing for himself. You know, his other son who lives there is his carer, Joe's carer, and they all muck in together and whatever. Somewhere between Sunday afternoon and Monday afternoon, some bastard nicked his van. Terry's always had a van because with his osteoarthritis, sitting up higher, this, that, and the other, easier to get in and out than a car. I know that because I've seen him struggle getting in my old car, my Honda Accord, when I had it. He don't struggle so much with this car I've got now. But some bastard, and he had loads of his tools in and stuff that, you know, when he goes to the archaeological digs, and he also works on archaeological boats, this, that, and the other. So he had loads of tools in there. It's all gone. Now, I'm not going to start a GoFundMe for him at all. But if any of you listening to me want his address because you feel that you'd like to help him, you know, in this very difficult time, then my email's below, and I'll willingly give you his address if you want to send him a cheque or some money in an envelope, this, that, and the other, but I won't start a GoFundMe. But I think that bloke merits some help, because he'd do anything for anybody. Always has done. Anything for anybody. And he is, for all his faults that I may or may not, I may disagree with, he holds on the principles and virtues of a father and a grandfather. He brought them into this world, and he will support them. A few times his other grandsons have come and lived with him because they've needed a roof. Him and his wife, they're that sort of people. So if you can, or if you wish to, my email's below, and I'll just simply give you his name and address, and if you want to send him a cheque or some money, you know, in a letter or whatever, wherever you are in the world, then feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. I make no apologies for the beginning of this broadcast, this rant, whatever. I only speak like that because I have the capacity to love and to empathise and to care And I care for you all. I empathise with you all. I love you all. But we got to stand up against that which enslaves us. Some will fall. But as long as we take the bastards with us, those that fall, we can fight to live another day. And so can those we leave behind. This message resonates. Share the message. Don't share me. Share the message. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you, I see another me. Yasin. We are all related. We are all relatives. I tell you again and again, we're all connected. We've just got to wake up to that.